Hello, everyone. Just getting set up here, making sure everything's ready to go, making sure that the streams are all populating where they're supposed to be. I have a lot I want to discuss about what's happening, what has happened, what will continue to happen. Be right with you guys. Thank you for joining me. All right, let's get right into it. I got a lot I want to talk about. First of all, let's start with the obvious. If you are traveling, be careful, especially if you're north or east of Utica. We're seeing a lot of car accidents. My ride in a couple hours ago was extremely treacherous. Road crews are doing a good job. They are catching up, but it's a very sloppy, slushy snow. So until those roads are cleared, things are going to remain rough. Also, we have some areas that are below freezing. So even areas that have been cleared could be turning icy. We're going to show those locations as well. Downtown Utica, you can see those roads, pretty good shape. Those cars are moving pretty right around the speed limit, it looks like, and don't seem to be having any travel issues as these main roads have been treated. Different portions of Utica, I've been called out by a few people for saying that Utica saw wintry precipitation. It did snow at my house across from Proctor Park, and we did get a quick tenth of an inch of snow before it switched back over to a sleet freezing rain mix. But it made for um, a very slushy roadway. And the reasoning for that is being on the east side of Utica, I'm close enough to the Mohawk Valley to have had an east wind. And that east wind is funneling that cold air down the Mohawk Valley. That's why north and east of Utica are the areas seeing snow and freezing rain. I'm showing the current radar right now. I know we were talking about this dry slot. It's going to take some time to really work in. We're still seeing light precipitation falling across central Oneida County. We're seeing snow sleet mix falling across central Oneida County. Still a very heavy wet snow across central Hamilton County. A sleet snow mix across northern Herkimer County, and likely a wintry mix continuing in the Mohawk Valley. And notice when I put a loop on this, it's moving very slowly. It's backfilling a little bit. We're seeing some additional precipitation move in as this works through the Mohawk Valley, and that will continue. We're going to continue to see very light precipitation across central New York and the Mohawk Valley for another hour or two, for about another half hour or hour before we get this full dry break, and I'll show that on the weather models. I have the weather models depicted to show that for you as well. So right now, we're talking about a wintry mix north and east of Utica. If you're southwest of Utica, if you're in central Madison County, central Shenango County, southern Otsego County, you're really not seeing many issues. You're seeing temperatures above freezing, plain rain, roads that were easily treatable. The line of demarcation has been right about there. If you're on the north side of that, you've been seeing snow, cold. Primarily that. And areas southwest. Oh, I moved the line. That's okay. We have a lot more I want to show. Clear that out. This is a 2-hour loop right now. I'm going to put it on a short loop so you can get an idea of where things, how quickly things are changing right now. So we're seeing, even over the last 30 minutes, you'll notice, let me change the frame on this just a little bit. The back edge of the precipitation hasn't moved a lot. Hasn't moved too far north. We've had a little bit of backfilling. And that's why the real dry line is right about here. And once that fully gets into central New York, which will occur over the next 30 to 45 minutes, we will see about 3.5 hour break in precipitation. And then things change big time this evening. We get another shot. We're not done yet. This is not the back end. We're going to continue to show, or I'm going to continue to show you what is to come. Hamilton County and Herkimer County, as well as Fulton County, seeing the coldest temperatures, and this was expected. The cold air is funneling down the valley. We have an east wind creating cold air damming. This is sometimes called, a lot of times what will happen is we get that east wind, and it will grab some of that cold air from the Adirondack Mountains and funnel it down the Mohawk Valley towards the Utica area. Normally, the areas that see the influence of this are central Herkimer County, including the Mohawk Valley, and we're seeing evidence of that today. Dolgeville, 31 degrees, 32 degrees in Little Falls, whereas if we look back to the west, we're seeing temperatures above freezing, 33 Westmoreland, 35 Westernville. I want to also point out, though, it is below freezing Lake Pleasant, Long Lake, Inlet, Old Forge, all below freezing at this time. Cold Brook below freezing. I'm looking over at the Mesonet map. Herkimer has dropped below freezing, 31 degrees at the Herkimer Mesonet station. Springfield in northern Otsego County below freezing. Sprakers, Johnstown, Oppenheim, all of those locations below freezing. Piseco in central Hamilton County. And that means that even if it is raining, you're seeing freezing rain or rain that could freeze, and anything that is untreated, and rain that will likely freeze. And we're going to continue to see these temperatures stay right where they are or get colder. And that's a little bit of a concern. The southern tier seeing much warmer temperatures. The exception, again, being the southern portion of the Mohawk Valley. The southern portion of the Mohawk Valley, this area in northern Otsego County, especially northeast Otsego County, seeing that east wind funneling down the valley, and it's bringing that cold air, and it's making it below freezing. 30 in Cherry Valley, 30 in Hessville, likely very treacherous travel conditions in these locations. A little bit warmer as the warm nose has been able to work in across Madison, Shenango, as well as southern Otsego County. Temperatures in the mid-30s, and these areas ended this morning's precipitation, early afternoon's precipitation, with just plain old rain. Continue moving on. Oh, looks like we've had some camera issues today. with road cameras. Unfortunately, our road cameras are all offline at this time. The winds have picked up. It's another thing that I wanted to mention that's getting overlooked. This sleet and snow, when it is out there, it's blowing right in your face. It's very nasty. It's very uncomfortable. Um, Even when the sleet is mixing in with the rain, it's pelting you right in the face. It's blowing sideways. We're seeing a 15 to 20 mile per hour winds, gusts currently at Rome 26 miles per hour. So it's not winds where we're expecting any wind damage or any additional concerns from the wind, but it's making it uncomfortable. It's making that sleet blow around. It's also going to allow for blowing snow later tonight when things turn colder. I'm only showing this not for amounts, but for locations. The areas in pink, those are the areas that we're expecting to see the highest impacts of wintry precipitation today. You could also include all of Hamilton County in this. It's underdoing the ice in Hamilton County as it's expecting all the precip in Hamilton County to fall as snow. But we're going to see a wintry mix across all of Herkimer County, all of all of northeast Oneida County, Fulton and Montgomery counties, and extreme northern and northeastern Otsego counties. Take a look at the temperature spread across New York State. We have quite an interesting spread here. A little concerning that we're getting some. I have it on wind chill. That would be the reason. I was going to say that does not make any sense. We can ignore that. Snowfall forecast has not changed. Mostly rain for areas to the southwest of Utica. Um, a mix of snow, ice, and rain in the Mohawk Valley, Utica and Rome, Little Falls, possibly a trace to 2 inches. Again, this is a low confidence forecast, and we are really giving general ideas of what we're forecasting here. We're not trying to hit a home run and forecast this to the exact inch. We're just trying to be close. It can only be so accurate when it's 32 and a half degrees, and a half degree colder or a half degree warmer completely changes your forecast. Snow and ice across the North Country. I want to add in, you will also see some freezing rain at times. Freezing rain, winter, a full-on wintry mix is possible across the North Country. You're not completely safe from some of that freezing rain, especially across central and northern Otsego, central and northern Oneida counties. Skycast. Current look at what the radar shows. Have this stopped at 12:30 p.m. Herkimer County, northern Oneida County, continuing to see snow and wintry mix. Look what happens as we move forward through the day. We get our dry slot. We get our break in the action. By 3 p.m., it's going to take some time, though. I want to back that up a little bit. See if it'll let me. It's going to take some time. From 12:30 to 3, still eastern portions of the viewing area. It's going to take some time, especially if you're in northern Herkimer County, if you're in northern Oneida County, if you're in Lewis County. It's going to take closer to 3 p.m. for you to get into this dry slot. With the rest of us, Utica, Little Falls, Mohawk Valley, we see this dry slot begin to work in right about now, and it's going to continue to work in, and then things change back to the west. Take a look at what happens as we move forward in time. Have it paused here at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., our next round of precipitation arrives. It's going to fall primarily in the form of a wintry mix. Snow across the North Country. Temperatures are still marginal, right around the freezing mark. As we move forward in time, temperatures drop. By 7 p.m., we're continuing to see that wintry mix in the city of Utica. Snow on some of the southern hilltops, snow on the North Country hilltops, and a bit of a warm nose down the I-90 corridor, seeing some snow-rain mix nosing in from Syracuse. But look what happens as we go forward in time. By 8 p.m., we're all over the snow. Temperatures drop from 34, 33, 34, closer to 32, 33. And we see wet snow to end the night from 8 to about 10 p.m. We see moderate snowfall. And then after 10 p.m., the snowfall turns light. We see light snow showers on and off overnight from from Friday night into Saturday morning. And then some light snow showers for your day on Saturday, but for the most part, just for the most part on Saturday, just some nuisance snow showers, some occasional flurries. We're not going to be making a snowfall map. We're not anticipating any snowfall accumulation. Wanted to show this because black ice alert. Big warning for everyone. Black ice alert tonight. We're going below freezing. There's a lot of water out there. There's slushy conditions. Anything that goes untreated, your driveway, parking lots, side streets, even things that get treated and then the temperature drops afterwards are going to turn slick. Lows tonight in the upper 20s, especially north and east of Utica where it will be colder. 7-day forecast. So again, Saturday, just some nuisance showers with highs in the mid-30s. I know I'm blocking that. A little bit colder Saturday night in the teens. Same thing Sunday, just some light snow showers, aesthetic snow showers just to clean things up. We're not going to see any major accumulation. Calm and cloudy weather for Monday and Tuesday with wintry temperatures, upper 20s to mid 30s. And then some light snow chances as we head towards the middle of next week. But as of this time, we're not tracking anything major. I want to look around at some of the cameras before I go back to the radar. Cooperstown, you can see that they saw a little bit of snow. There's some snow on the sidewalk. There's some snow in between where the cars were parked. So they saw a little bit of wintry precipitation down in Cooperstown, which I did get reports of. Downtown Utica, things are beginning to calm down. We're into that dry slot now in downtown Utica. Take a look at our tower cam. It is still very messy up here, and you can see the ice on the top of the tower cam here. We've had freezing rain and sleet up here on Smith Hill. It's been quite messy. It's quite nasty up here, and as you can see with the tower cam shaking, it's windy up here. It's very breezy. Oneonta saw quite a bit of snow compared to the rest of the region earlier today. Looks like Oneonta also over to drier conditions now. I'm going to switch to the Nexus cam, and then I'm going to make you all really dizzy. We're going to go all the way back to the radar. There we go. Excuse me. All right, so let's continue to look at this again. I know we were saying that dry slot has arrived. It really hasn't yet for Herkimer and for northern Oneida counties. We're still continuing to see wintry precipitation. If you're seeing snow and freezing rain, drop a comment. Let me know if you've got reports, temperatures, anywhere in these locations, east or north of Utica. We're really relying on ground reports today as temperatures are right around the freezing mark and only a couple miles apart from one another. We're seeing vastly different conditions. Here's our dry air, our dry slot. Look at that. A little bit of lightning out to the west, south of Lake Erie. Never a dull moment in Syracuse, in central New York. They did see a little bit of a thunderstorm in western New York last night, but nothing like what rolled through the Midwest. Midwest saw some crazy severe weather, some strong tornadoes, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very grateful that nobody passed away. I was afraid this morning I was going to wake up to news that there were fatalities because the tornadoes were that destructive. So that's one positive aspect of the forecast. No one lost their life last night in the Midwest, despite some really tricky travel. I have a 30-minute loop on here now. Notice how we're still watching precipitation slide into southern Herkimer County, and it's still wintry precipitation. Fulton County, Montgomery County, continuing to see wintry precipitation. All of Hamilton County, central and northern Herkimer County seeing wintry precipitation. Northern Oneida County, as well as all of Lewis County. I'm going to check a couple ground reports right now, as well as check the Facebook page and see if you guys have dropped any comments, and then we will go from there. Yep, Brenda says winds are really, really strong and freezing cold, and the snow and slush is heavy and wet. She doesn't think it's colder. We're going to see a lot of ice, and it is going to get colder. We're going to see things ice up. Anything that gets all that wet slush that's on the ground will solidify. It's going to freeze up as the day progresses, as the sun after the sun sets. Yes, we're past 5:30 now for sunsets. It's really still dusk to bright, 5:45 to 6 p.m. So it's not. We have a little bit more of a time to wait before things take a turn for the worse. Notice how this continues to backfill. I was a little worried about that. We just in the last 30 minutes, that bubbled up out of nowhere, and that's going to continue to slide into colder areas. All of this is going to continue to slide into the areas that are below freezing, and that's where our concern lies. I'm not really concerned with the rain falling in central Madison County right now as temperatures are above freezing, but as that rain slides into northern Herkimer County or northern Oneida County, things are different. That's when things are going to change. I really am hoping we can get this dry slot in here. You're noticing, as well as I zoom out to the west, I'm going to draw. We have a little bit of a. I'm trying to draw a storm motion here. A little bit of a curve action here going on with this rain across Broome County swinging up our way. This is again another sign that this dry slot is going to be delayed a little bit and be briefer, maybe a little bit briefer than we originally thought. Want to look at the latest model data? What time does it clear up? Between 10 p.m. and midnight. I should say, what time does it first clear up? In central New York, we're going to see a break between 2 and 5 p.m., and then things return. Snow and ice return after 5 p.m. from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and then light snow showers from 10 p.m. overnight into the morning hours of Saturday. I can hear the wind up here hitting the vents. Still gusting, still blustery up here, that's for sure. Westmoreland now down to 32 degrees. We're starting to continue to see this east wind. I'm going to check the most recent wind direction, but I have a feeling that it's becoming more easterly. Yep. Griffiths has been seeing an east wind now since 10 a.m. 26 mile an hour gust recorded at Griffiths. Temperatures are dropping again. And again, that's because this east wind is blowing in colder temperatures. It is currently 45 to 50 degrees, depending on where you are in Buffalo. It is 34 to 36, depending on where you are in Syracuse. That is not the case in central New York. Our good old cold air damming effect is really taking shape today and keeping the wintry weather locked into the Mohawk Valley. Again, you can also see as this precipitation slides in, northern and northeastern Otsego County also below freezing. These areas also seeing nasty conditions. Eastern Otsego County, northeast Otsego County seeing a sleet, freezing rain mix, which makes me want to take a peek at our, whoops. Looks dry for now, but still slick. We're going to notice as this slides northward, it will turn wintry. It will enter a colder environment. This is what is going to, this line back to the west is what's going to turn into what our evening precipitation is going to be. Well, for now, we just have this light precipitation. It's still a little worrisome, this light precipitation, especially there could be some drizzle within that as well. And it is continuing to work into areas that are cold, much colder areas than where this precipitation is originating from. So we will see it turn more wintry as it gets more, as it moves more northeasterly. Want to look at a weather model quick? This is one of those days where the sleet is so mixed in, the correlation coefficient may not be very useful. It's still useful. You can still see but there's showing you that sleet can mix in anywhere today. And will, for that matter. Put a 1 hour loop on there. Zoom out a little bit for you. Looking like a trace to 2 inches for Utica tonight. with that snowfall from precipitation begins around 5 o'clock, although it'll become all snow after 8, or by 8, I should say. Higher amounts north and east of Utica. I'm going to draw a map right now. All right, if you are in the area, if you are on this side of this yellow line, rather than a trace to 2 inches, you can expect, see if I can do this, 2, 4 inches plus. These areas north and east of Utica will be a little bit colder, and they'll support full snow for the end of this precipitation that's working through before the dry slot. And they will also see higher amounts and heavier snow later tonight when tonight's precipitation moves in after 5 p.m. Another thing that has gone under the no pun intended. I do this all the time. No pun intended. Under the radar. One of the things that has been overlooked today. We could see a squall tonight. We can't rule out a snow squall with the passage of tonight's precipitation. As you can see back in western New York, there's some gusty winds, some lightning, some convection, and some stronger storms. We'll see if that makes its way all the way to central New York. If that maintains its intensity, we'll likely see some relatively robust snow squalls. Again, our dry air, we got our break back to the west, but it's shrinking. Shrinking. Oops. That didn't. Can you tell my mouse hit a button? Our dry air is shrinking, but it's coming. We are going to get a break. 2 to 5 p.m. That arrives in central New York. I'm going to pull up a couple different things. At one point this morning, or I should say early afternoon, late morning, there were 9 car accidents on the thruway between Whitesboro and Schenectady. So again, it's this to this. with this cold air continuing to funnel down that valley, it's locking in colder air into areas like northern Otsego County, northeast Otsego County, northern Schoharie County, all of Montgomery, all of Fulton County. Again, as this precipitation has developed down to the south of the Binghamton area, this is going to continue to work towards areas that are below freezing and seeing wintry precipitation. So, despite the fact we're calling for a dry slot, do expect intermittent, scattered, wintry precipitation through the early afternoon hours. It's going to take quite some time for that dry slot to arrive, especially for areas east and north of Utica. We're going to take a break from the stream for now as things have calmed down a little bit. Make sure that the newsroom doesn't need any help. And I will continue to have frequent updates on Facebook. And I will be here through the evening, or into the evening, I should say. So we will be tracking this next round of precipitation as it arrives. But in the meantime, if you have to travel, take it slow. Be aware that there are areas below freezing. We'll show the temperatures one more time. Areas east of Utica below freezing, areas northeast of Utica below freezing, areas south of Utica with the northeast Otsego County below freezing, the rest of the southern tier slightly above freezing. And I will leave you with this 1 hour loop. Go one. And we're going to continue to see wintry precipitation, especially if you're east or northeast of the city of Utica. If you have any questions at all, let me know. I'll be here. I'll be more than happy to answer them. We'll take all the ground reports you have as well. Hopefully you don't see me again. That would mean things turn a little bit calmer. Either way, I will see you this weekend. I'll be in for the entirety of the weekend, and looking forward to it. And have a great rest of your Friday and an even better weekend. Thank you.